The second key message that I wanted to talk about today was sustainability. I think Peter mentioned this in his introduction. In terms of sustainability, we feel that we needed to have a clearly defined focus, because before we got into the mainstream of worklessness, which I like to think we've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, we weren't as defined as we should have been. So we were going off in all sorts of different directions, and that focus actually was quite disruptive. You need to have a long-term commitment, and you've got to understand the local economy. That gives you some credibility, and you've got to be prepared to develop your service models, your programs, dependent on what your learners and trainees and employers are telling you. So in order to be successful and to continue with this work, you need to do all those things. One of the key aspects, I think, of how Accent managed to turn the corner was we recognised that there was a lot of skills within the local community which we hadn't tapped into previously. And I think employing staff to deliver programmes from the communities in which you work has really had a huge benefit to the success of the programmes that we run, but also within our own organisation, because the culture changes and you understand the issues a lot better. Obviously, in terms of sustainability, you can't just rely on grant funding. You have to be prepared to look at income generation, asset development, which is where the training centres came in, and commission services. So literally looking at prime contracting as a route to secure mainstream funding for the delivery of this type of work, so that you can properly integrate it into the mainstream housing provision within the organisation. I think that is key for us in the future. Employer engagement, again, I've mentioned about the importance of our employer network. That is crucial. And then, you know, it's a term often used, joining it up, and we've tagged on and making it happen, because it is about deliverables. It is about making sure you make a difference. But you do need to understand how all of this comes together. There are multifaceted issues which people face in the communities in which we work, and you've got to have a good understanding of all of that and what makes a difference. And you've got to be prepared to work hard at making sure that that is properly delivered.